Welcome everyone to the first ever Hockey Haven podcast. I'm Easton and I'm joined here by,
Jaren.
and today we're going to talk about a few things, but mainly the number one is the trade deadline. We're going to do a recap because everyone wants to know our opinions. I'm sure. I don't think so, but we'll give them anyways. So, there's one trade that's kind of like the big picture. I'm sure you can already guess what it is. What do you think about Marchand going to Florida? What do you think about that?
So initially, my thoughts are, why would he go to a team in the East, specifically in the same conference? And I'm like, I think he should go out West. I was thinking LA, Vegas, Oilers, like one of those three teams, but I don't know. I don't think it's like obviously he wanted out, but I don't know. I think that the better option would have been in the West, not going to the same conference.
That's interesting actually, because I was thinking, I was like, what could he possibly why would he move? Like he's getting older, right?
Yeah,
So, and they gave him up for absolutely nothing. What was it? Like a second rounder, conditional first?
yeah.
And it's like maybe he wants to win another cup.
I do have a feeling like I feel like Florida now, like a Kachuk, Bennett, and Marchand line in the playoffs is just kind of like a recipe for disaster for the whole rest of the leagues.
Yeah.
But whatever, if they can get goaltending, they should be okay. But yeah. Yeah, I also want to talk about the Mikko Rantanen trade because
Mm,
I've heard that the Oilers offered him more money than he's getting in Dallas, but they couldn't give back enough to Carolina.
really? I didn't
Yeah.
hear about that. I did hear that they wanted Mitch Marner instead. They wanted him
Yeah.
first, but Mitch didn't want to go there. So let's
Yeah,
I
he
didn't
did.
I didn't hear about what you were talking about though.
I don't know where I read this, but yeah, Edmonton was offering more money, like I think roughly the same contract, like in terms of like length and years, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like who are you gonna give up if you're the Oilers? Are you gonna give up Nugent Hopkins? Are you gonna give up Hyman? Like you're not gonna give up Arvidsson and like even like Skinner, right? Like whatever. Like that's not you can't just do that for Rantanen. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say big disappointment from the Oilers too. Didn't trade much, but watching the game last night, Wallman was doing really good. Same with Jones. Actually, big hits by both of them on
Yeah, I was
Rantanen.
gonna say that.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say maybe there's some bad blood. Maybe coach was like, "All right, guys, he didn't want to come here, so we'll target him." I don't know, but
That Wallman hit on Ranton in the middle of the ice was like I was like, oh my God, dude.
oh
I'm
my
like, really?
goodness.
That's what we need. And was it last night? That was the Oilers' highest hitting game,
Yeah, I
maybe
think so.
for this whole season. So
That's exactly what
yeah.
they need though, because I know a lot of people were talking about physicality with like people were
Yeah.
talking about Kane as well, just like because he brings a lot of that physicality. But to see that is like exactly what we need, right?
Well, and you get that with Frederick too, right?
Yeah,
Like, yeah, he's out for a couple more weeks, but as soon as he like comes back into the lineup, and who knows if it's a come playoff time, if it's Evander Kane, Frederick, and Perry on one line, right? That's like a Marchand, Kachuk, and Bennett line, right? Like it's
yeah.
just a hard, dirty, physical line that every team kind of needs going into the playoffs. So
I saw that the Oilers weren't going to move for a goalie at all. Like they were saying, "Oh,
yeah.
our goalies are solid," but a lot of backlash on that one. A lot of people didn't like that. So
Well, like if we think about like last night's game, like a 5-4 win. Yeah, on paper that doesn't sound good, but like Skinner was I don't wouldn't blame there was in the third period there was what a little span there that just there was two goals in 11 seconds and then whatever, right? And
yeah,
it's just like you can't like blame him for it was just like a team breakdown for like whatever, however long it was, 8 minutes or whatever. And then they right settled down, but it was a 5-1 game. Like Skinner robbed Rantanen on the goal line. Like it was he played good until like the team just kind of just mentally and physically just collapsed in front of him, and then right was he just out left like to hang for
yeah,
himself.
exactly. It's like they don't really help him out enough is kind of what I think. Like the defense isn't there, but at the same time, they could definitely work on both.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so excited for the playoffs. It's going to be so much fun.
I know. All the watch parties and
hmm And just even seeing how teams have developed their players and their teams this season specifically, it's just like there's been a lot of shifts compared to
yeah.
last year, so it should be very interesting.
What do you think about the Ottawa trade? That was Dylan Cousins in, and who did they give up? Brady Tkachuk was almost crying. What's his name?
Norris.
Yeah, Josh Norris.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I mean, you're looking at two solid guys there. You don't hear much of them just because you don't hear much of the Sabres and the Senators in the first place. But
Yeah. Well, the Senators are in a wild card spot, like as we speak. So
yeah.
I thought like obviously Boston like sold out, right?
Mhm.
Like they kind of like waved the white flag and they're like, that's it for this year. Like on to next year. Like we're whatever. But I don't know. I thought teams like Montreal and New York and like even Columbus or like I thought they would do more. Like they didn't like yeah, the biggest thing is like Ottawa picking up Dylan Cousins. Like, yeah, he's a great player.
Mhm.
Apparently, I seen a stat he got his first assist there and had 9 hits, which is a career high in his first game. And I'm like, what?
Actually, a lot of other big trades. Now that I look at it, let's see here.
I felt like, okay, yes, the Jets are good, but did they really add anyone? Think
It,
about Dallas and the Avs who added, who'd they get? What was his name from Boston? They got some center. The Avs got some center from Boston, and
oh
the
yeah.
Stars just got ranting and where like really where did they improve? Like yeah, they've got a good team already, but these like I Dallas I think is going to be like a wagon like as soon as everything starts clicking and like I know last night probably wasn't the best example of their goaltending in Edmonton, but like they got a goalie, they got defense, and they got depth. They got like three like super good lines, and then a fourth line that is average, about
Yeah.
average. Like so, and they're yeah, they have power play too, just highly skilled team that's going to be dangerous going down the stretch and in the playoffs. So
Another big trade. I think this is the biggest one. Shea Weber officially gets traded. What has he even played? When was the last time he played?
that's how I was saying. I forgot he even existed. I they're just moving money at this point. Like
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not
yeah.
coming back on the ice, unfortunately.
Next one's going to be Carey Price. So
Yeah. Carey
next
Price
deadline,
back at
Carey
it.
Price is getting moved to actually the Oilers need a goalie, right? So we'll take Carey Price.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Let's get a Carter Hart over here. That's what I've been
okay.
saying.
The Edmonton rehab group, dude.
Exactly. Another big trade. We got Middlestat and Zellers for Charlie Coyle in a fifth, and
Yeah, that was
Bosingets a
what I was talking
second.
about. Yeah, to
Yeah.
Charlie Coyle, right? Was he 30 or something like that? But like,
No,
yeah,
he's
that's a
get.
D-man. Like, yeah, he's big, right? Like,
Mhm.
he'll play, and that's kind of what Colorado needs. Like, yeah, they have Makar and Taves or whatever, like, but like, who else is there, right, for their defense? Like, yeah, they got another big name that can
Yeah.
step up and play those big minutes. That when even though Makar's not going to get tired, but
Yeah.
yeah, when he
Exactly.
needs to, you know what I mean? But
Yeah. Get some help out there.
yeah.
Another trade. I wasn't going to talk about this one, but we got Kuzmenko to the LA Kings for a third, and the Kings get a seventh as well. I saw a meme. It was on Instagram. It said Kuzmenko was so close to getting his hat trick on his first night as a King. He only needed three more goals. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh, there was one trade I wanted to talk about. Can you find the Tommy Novak trade?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It was just like, was it with Pittsburgh or who was it
Yeah,
with?
Pittsburgh and Nashville.
So you're telling me two non-playoff teams are trading. What was the trade? Tommy Novak
Tommy
and
Novak with Luke Shen for Michael Bunting and a fourth in 2026.
like you guys are both not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you trade to a playoff team or? try to get a better asset, even or a first round pick for Tommy Novak, or that's not gonna happen, but you know what I mean? Like try to
Yeah,
get something more than just trading with a non-playoff team player for player. Like what do you don't really benefit, like, right? I guess money in, money out.
some more big trades. Bjorkstrand and Gord with a fifth to Tampa
Yeah.
Bay for a bunch of what was that, two firsts, a second, and a center here. Never heard of this guy. No offense, but another one, Seth Jones with a fourth to Florida for Spencer Knight and a conditional first.
I really like that. That was by Chicago. Did
Yeah,
you did you see his first game in Chicago?
yeah,
Like that
it was
41
nice.
save performance against LA, like, and
Yeah,
he let one goal, whatever. Like I don't like, right. He obviously doesn't play. He's gonna be like probably the starter there.
yeah,
But in Florida behind Bobrovsky, like what you're not getting the minutes, and right, and he kind of just showed up there. He's like, hey guys, so I can do. I'm your starter now, like, right, like.
yeah, exactly. Like say, there was not much crazy. Peter Mrazek with Craig Smith to Detroit for Joe Veleno.
Again, like those are like they're not nothing crazy. Yeah.
Like those are guys that are just kind of making their rounds, you know. Let's see if there's even one more interesting trade here. Hold on, I need to mention one for a good buddy of mine. He's a Colorado Avalanche fan. Brock Nelson and William Dufour to Colorado Avalanche. For Oliver Kylington, Callum Ritchie, a first and a conditional third. There you go. You know who you are. Uh, who cares about the Avs though? It's Edmonton over here, baby. Just remember, Brad Marchand for a conditional second. Oh, brother. That's got to hurt a guy. Like, you look at the trade sheet and you're like, oh, what did I get traded for? A conditional second. What?
Well, especially a guy like Brad Marchand, like he was just played in Four Nations. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
get he didn't have the best tournament ever, but right, he's
Hmm.
played the game. He's won a cup. Now he's on a team that just won a cup.
Yeah.
He's he knows his role in Boston was to help Pasternak score goals. Like he was still like he had to produce for the team to be well, but now he might come in here and be a third line guy or be bumped up to that
Yeah.
super line, like we said, and just go in there and cause havoc, right? Just go hit guys and go draw penalties and go chirp guys in their ear and whatever, right? Like that might just be his job, and he'll just embrace that, like,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
He's what? He's I don't know what season this is for him, but he's getting up there, right? He's like
Isn't
the
he like
age,
36 or something?
yeah, he's getting up there. So, right, like
Yeah. Just bring
obviously,
a junior aspect to it, you know? Just start a
yeah.
bunch of fights.
Like Boston, yeah, again, Boston was selling, right? So I don't know if he would want to stay. Like
Hmm.
they're getting rid of Frederick and they're getting rid of Coyle and what McAvoy's injured right now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this is his season. Maybe he's done after the season, right? We don't,
Yeah, exactly.
who
Like,
knows? So maybe, yeah, he just wants another chance to the Cup. He goes, well, Florida's got a good team. They just
yeah.
won. Maybe I can add to that. Yeah. The first round matchup I would love to see though is Tampa and Florida in the first round.
Oh my goodness,
I
that'd be amazing.
I well, Tampa was just on what, 8 game winning streak.
Yeah.
Like Vasilevsky's playing crazy.
Oh, he's phenomenal right now.
They kind of have the same team as they haven't done anything major. Like their core is still the same, right? And
Yeah.
I think going into the playoffs that Tampa would be a dark horse.
Maybe we'll see a little bit of Minnesota Wild there. First wild card in the West. You know, you don't hear too much about them, but they're standing good right now, 76 points.
Yeah. Well, as we speak, that would be Vegas, Minnesota first round matchup, Oilers, LA. Realistically, Edmonton, Vegas second round. I don't know. I feel like Vegas surprisingly injury reserves didn't do anything this trade deadline,
Yeah, I was
which is
gonna say.
actually great. I was just waiting. I was waiting for PSN notification to be like Brad Marchand, the like Vegas Golden Knight
Yeah.
traded for future considerations or something. Like, you know what I mean? I was just waiting. I was just waiting for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
One more trade. Brandon Tanev to the Winnipeg Jets for a second round.
That's what I was saying. He's just, how did they improve? How did Winnipeg improve?
Yeah.
Like they got another average guy. Like yeah, yeah. Like they should have went and made a big swing. They should have give maybe gone for Rantanen if Winnipeg like
That's true, but
not,
I don't know if they kind of need him though. Like that's the thing. Like you always got to think of where they're standing right now. Like
yeah.
I'm sure the way they looked at it, like, okay, we're doing the best in the league right now. Like we don't need much at this moment in time, you
And
know?
the thing is, they have Josh Morrissey and Adam Lowry on defense.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I don't really know. I don't follow them super close, but I don't really know like what else they really have. So
Yeah.
there's no defense options.
Ovechkin, 9 goals away from Gretzky's goal record, supposedly. So I don't know. Do you think they're doing a 3 game road trip? So a hat trick per each game, or does he
No,
save it till home?
no. Let's let me look at. I don't know if I can pick Washington. Let's just see Washington's next games here.
Washington's doing surprisingly well this season. Like
Okay, so they play the Ducks, Kings, Sharks. Realistically,
I mean
he
that's
gets
like 5 goals against the Sharks right there, you know?
realistically he gets two against the Sharks, one against the Ducks. He gets three in the road trip.
Yeah, I mean, sad to see it happen just because we're Gretzky fans, but
Man, that's hard. We're going into April now. Because you know he's gonna score like a two-goal game or a hat trick, something like it's just gonna
mhm.
happen. But is it gonna be like what's the count? One, two, three, four. Like, how many? He needs 10?
9.
9? 9? Their ninth game is against the Bruins. I can't see him go 9 goals in 9 games. I think realistically, you do it against the Blue Jackets. You play them 2 games in a row.
Mhm.
One at 10:30, one at 4. One's at home, one's away. I could see it happening there. That's April 12th or 13th. That's a month away. I know it's 9 goals, but
Yeah. Well,
you play
he's playing under a goal a game right now. But
you play the Canes, the Blackhawks, the Canes, the Bruins, the Sabres, the Wild, the Jets, the Panthers, Flyers, Red Wings, Sharks, Kings, Ducks. So like they're not like there's a few teams that are just bottom barrel there, but the other
yeah.
ones aren't. Like they're not just gonna let you.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there'll be maybe be a little bit of a target on his back, but when has that stopped him?
Yeah,
So it could be very interesting to watch him, you know?
I agree. So if we take a look back at the past, let's say week of NHL games, there's been some important games. Let's take a look at Monday. Well, the Blues are fighting for a playoff spot, but right in the West, whatever. But the
Mhm.
Stars are like the Stars are the Stars, right? They took them down, but the Blues are still in the mix. Like that's a game they need to win, which unfortunately they didn't. Um, the Senators Capitals game. There was a game earlier like this in the season that went to a shootout, but that one was 1-0, and this one was 5-4. Let's see, did Ovi score in that one? I don't think he did, and they scored five. Like it was 3-0 Washington, and 3-3, and then 4-3 Washington, and then 4-4, and then Washington won in a shootout. The Montreal Canadiens, I know we made a previous video on that on how they're in that wild card race too. And at the end of the week, they ended up being on a five. Oh, well, they played the Oilers on Thursday and lost, but before that, they had a 5 game winning streak. Oh, a really important game was the Anaheim Ducks destroying the Edmonton Oilers 6-2
Uh,
after. Okay, so let's go through the scoring summary. Power play goal, Leon Draisaitl. Anaheim, 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 Anaheim.
oh
Okay.
my goodness.
McDavid, really nice goal. That's about all we had. We outshot them 35-27. Same amount of penalty minutes, more hits, less block shots, and less turnovers. And we stunk.
At least we
That's
redeemed
all.
ourselves though. You could talk about the one from yesterday.
If yeah, if we we talk about the Oilers. Okay, that one was scary too. If we talk about the Oilers game yesterday, it was kind of reversed. It was Wyatt Johnston gets the power play goal, and then it's Hyman, Arvidsson, McDavid, Connor Brown, and then we're good. We're going into the third period, and then it's Mikko Rantanen, Jamie Benn, Matthew Dumba.
Yeah.
In a matter of 9 minutes and 18 seconds to start. No, let's go. So the first goal was 5:06 into the third. Their last goal was 19 or 9:18 into the third. So in 4 minutes, they scored three goals, and it was a one goal game for the rest of the game. There was 11 minutes left in the game that the Oilers fans, you could hear a pin drop.
Yeah. Yeah. It really
Like it
quiet
was
down the arena
quiet. It
there.
was like classic Oilers moment. Here we go again.
Yeah.
All the time. Playoffs doesn't matter. Regular season doesn't matter. Against the Calgary Flames doesn't matter. And finally, we have the game today. We had Columbus and New York. We had it was a wild one. There was the over hit. There was 10 goals. We had Columbus
Yeah.
scoring first, and then tie game after the first period. Then the floodgates open. Then it was Adam Fantilli. Then it was New York scored two, ties it up again. Two shorthanded goals, by the way, in the same penalty kill. Same penalty kill. And then we get another two goals from Columbus, and then another two in the third to take a 7-3 win over New York, which is crucial in the East wildcard race, right? Columbus has got that spot, but New York's like like they're a couple points
Yeah.
behind, right? Like those teams are separated by what, 5 points there? There's
Yeah.
like six or seven of them, right? So
Yeah.
they're all in the mix, and that's a tough loss for the Rangers. Like at the beginning of the season, you don't be like the New York Rangers aren't in a top three spot, and the Columbus Blue Jackets are in a wild card. Like that's not your prediction, but here we are.
Talk about the upcoming games this week. Oilers Sabres, maybe not a little much there, but maybe McDavid will pull something crazy like he's been doing. Red Wings Sens, Blackhawks Avs. Go Avs, that'll be an easy game. Go Avs. Utah versus Maple Leaf. Um,
I can see Utah taking that one. I'm not gonna lie.
Possibility. Maple Leafs aren't too happy right now. Big game
Dude,
on
if they
Tuesday. Big game on Tuesday. Panthers versus Bruins. I'll be watching that one. Blue Jackets at Devils, more Sens Flyers, Golden Knights Penguins, Lightning Hurricanes, Avalanche, the Wild. That's kind of we're gonna see how the Wild fares against that. Whole bunch of games on Tuesday, actually. Rangers, Jets. Nothing much interesting there. Caps versus Ducks, like say, might see something there. Battle of the worst teams in the league. Preds versus Sharks. I
the
will not
toilet
be
bowls.
I will not be watching that one. Nothing crazy. Wednesday, a couple games there.
Ooh,
Thursday, Panthers versus Maple Leafs. We'll see. We'll see. Old rivalry there with Marchand, maybe. Um, you know, some actually quite a few games Thursday here.
there's one game on Friday I'm really looking forward to, and I want to see if you can pick it up.
Let's see here. Stars versus Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. There's no way. Those are two of the best teams in the league,
yeah,
two of the cup favorites, like, and they're in the same division, right? Like
yeah.
they're
All
yeah,
right.
I get the Stars are 10 points back, but
Okay, Saturday, a bunch of games too, and we're running out of time here. So thank you for watching our first official podcast, Hockey Haven. And we're gonna see you next time. We're gonna try to keep pumping these out. So signing off for now. This is Easton,
this is Jaron.
and have a good week. Watch some hockey. See you later, guys.